What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Grand Scheme. This is Gran here, smoking it down live, and I've got a special guest with me tonight. Just got the stream started and got the call going, so need to see if I can get your audio set up correctly. You should be coming through, but if you want to say something and let everybody know, everybody can know. Let us know if they can hear you okay.
Sure. Yeah. What do you say, Gran? Doing all right, man?
Yeah. I'm doing okay. A bit tired, a little frustrated with YouTube tonight. It's moving slow like a snail. I gotta say hi to the chat here. Chris is the first in the chat. What's up, man? Crimson Trooper, Daniel Gomez, Striker V, Gran Stupid Autocorrect. Hey, Striker V, you are not the first one to call me Grab. Just as long as you don't try it, you know. Bad joke. Dead by Devon, what's up? Good to see you. BManny Squad. Zentrix back and Ristic Savage Lurker. Can you guys hear BManny?
I'm here on the stream with my man Gran.
Crack the whip on Gran. Striker says, crack the whip.
That's right.
They got that out of the way first week.
Only like, when you what'd you do? You
like day 2.
You KO'd and went the wrong way on a path in map 6.
yeah, resizing the screen. It was first thing in the morning. You know, I've played for almost 2 years and I've had the same rule: don't play before 9:30 a.m. And
nope.
yeah, it was before 9:30, and yeah, I went the wrong way. It was a bad deal.
I always try to run like my 5 stars or 550s in arena before I get into like a serious fight, you know.
Yeah, you know, new alliance pressure and all that stuff. Yeah.
That's right.
Mapton Corgi, what's up? Hear him loud and clear. All right. I'm gonna reset my OBS real quick. I'm having the red notification already, so this will just take a second.
I took off suicides for a little bit, and I'll be able to take care of that second magic if she gets open here shortly too.
Yeah, I actually did okay with magic on the first Hyperion.
With suicides?
With suicides, I only lost about half health to suicides and recoil.
Okay.
The other half was because I messed up.
That's a common theme.
So, yeah. Let's see. Who else is here? Just finished Daredevil Season 2 tonight. Absolutely loved it. Awesome. I think that was one of my favorites. Sorry not making your streams. No problem, Jake. No problem. School comes first, man. I don't expect you to stay up late and watch me when you got school. So, yeah, anyway, man, we got a lot to talk about. Everybody talking about all this stuff. How much gold you got, by the way?
Oh, man, I got 250-something billion.
Did you claim it?
Nah, see, I've played this game long enough to know that when something seems too good to be true, usually is, and to avoid any repercussions, I started looking on chat, which of course, you know, guys like Voluntaris and Cam and people who are out on Reddit, GM, were posting stuff immediately, which basically confirmed, you know, what I had already suspected, that, hey, don't claim it, something's going to happen that shouldn't be happening here.
Right. Yeah, and I saw that too. And
you claimed it anyway?
I didn't mean to. I actually have. That's what I was uploading. It's on my Alliance War video. It's processing now, about 95% done. So after the stream, that'll go live. But yeah, I was recording like my post-war commentary, and so okay, I'm gonna go claim the Alliance War rewards. We're not gonna claim this one in the mail. And then I was just chatting about something, and you know how usually in Alliance War, like if you go to the fight screen. Above Alliance War, there's that notification that just sits there all the time, and you have to go into history and view details, and then you go to the rewards and hit that go to stash button, and that'll make the icon disappear. Well, I went there and I saw something sitting there, and I hit claim, thinking it was like a solo reward, and as soon as I hit that button, I was like, ah, no. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Oh, it was bad.
They got you back in arena though pretty quick though. What was it, like maybe an hour and a half?
Yeah, it was about an hour or 2 hours, but yeah, I've got like $9 quadrillion dollars, gold, whatever it is. 9 quadrillion. And,
you donated too, right?
Yeah, like 10 million. I stopped after 10 million.
Wait, you had to do that 100,000 at a time, didn't you?
Yeah. At first I thought I'm just going to go in here and dump everything, and then it's like 100,000 at a time, yeah. So,
dedicated.
Yeah, like QuickShots donated 23.7 million.
Oh man, it takes like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it would have taken. I did the math. It would have taken me 90 million times doing that to empty the full 9 quadrillion gold.
Oh
so,
man.
Yeah. Let's see. Daniel's talking about the earthquake. Yeah, 8.2 on the magnitude or 8.1. I've heard both.
Oh really? I'm totally news oblivious. Where was this at?
Southern Mexico last night.
Oh man.
Yeah, the odd thing is there was an earthquake around my area, which is really weird. I've lived in Kansas for 20, almost 30 years, and we never used to have earthquakes. And about 5 years ago, they started up because of the fracking that they're doing for oil and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so just people on Facebook last night posted about an earthquake, and then just a matter of maybe 45 minutes later, start hearing news of the one in Mexico. So it's crazy stuff.
Wow, that is, yeah, because I mean, you know, think Kansas, Dorothy, tornadoes, not so much, yeah, earthquakes.
Yeah, we haven't had a tornado this year.
Now you're not even close to the San Andreas fault, right? I mean, it's obviously it's because of all the fracking and everything. So
yeah, it's all fracking. Yeah, San Andreas, that's west coast.
Wait, that's California.
Yeah,
I was actually what's the one that runs? What's the one that runs through like Missouri and stuff?
I don't know what that one's called. I had forgotten about that one. Good call,
They say that's a one of the, like, it could be the most devastating one ever because it's been dormant for so long or something.
Yeah, okay, that's right. That's where, like, where the Mississippi River is formed, right?
I'm gonna Google it real quick.
Alex says Gran is my 7th favorite streamer. Just kidding, you're top 5. Hey, no problem. I'll take top 7. That's a compliment. There's a lot of guys out there streaming.
The new Madrid fault line.
There it is. Yeah, okay. I've heard that. Does that run east side of Missouri? By the Missouri
Stretching
River?
to the southwest from New Madrid, Missouri. I don't know where that's at exactly. Let me I'm a Wikipedia. Are you now? I'm horrible with geographic stuff. Okay, hang on a sec.
Southwest Missouri is not too far from us.
No, it's more like right in the corner of where like Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Tennessee kind of all come together, I think.
Okay, so southeast.
Yeah, southeast. Yeah, pretty
Missouri.
good piece away from you.
Yeah, Striker had 400,000 gold before this, donated 300,000 to Treasury, leveled everyone I could with cats I had.
Did you get that? Did you read that, Gran? Yeah. Where they said if you spent 3 million in gold, I was like, dude, who's spending 3 million in gold? Like, you've just ranked like multiple rank 4, 5 stars or something to spend 3 million.
I didn't rank anybody.
No, I know.
I don't have anybody. Well, I take that back. I can rank a science, but I got to hold on to these cats. I plan on ranking Archangel on Sunday, so...
Nice.
Actually, Monday. I am going to be, of course, a Tier 2 mutant catalyst shy of ranking Archangel.
Well, at least that comes around on Monday, so
Yeah.
you'll get that quick.
I've had to wait a week before on those things.
Yep.
4 million an arena, a good place so far. Yeah, that's very good so far. At least I hope it is, because I'm only at 4.3. So I plan on doing about 2 million more, maybe a little more than that. But my weekends get pretty hectic, so I've got to hit 5 tonight.
Good push.
Yeah. Well, this is the first grind that I've done since Star-Lord. So.
Oh, really? You haven't gone for any basic or featured champ since?
Nope. Just milestones. I did Yondu and Nebula back to back, and then I did Star-Lord tried Star-Lord back to back, and I did 7 and 8 million for that. 7 million the first time and missed him. Did 8 million the second time and missed him.
Oh wow. Now, you don't have him at all, or were you trying to awaken him?
Well, it was right before I did Labyrinth, and my 5-star's not awakened, and so if I got him twice, my 4-star would have been at 99.
Oh,
so
I got you.
I wanted to get him maxed out because I was considering taking him. I mean, I ended up going with Storm anyway instead of Star-Lord.
Man, you got the team. You could go roll through 100%.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the budget for that, so it's going to be a slow roll for me.
I feel you. Now, Storm, I mean, she's a really good damage dealer. Of course, like Gwenpool on a lot of fights has the whole damage over time thing going for her, as well as taking away ability accuracy after a certain combo hit on certain champs. So, but
Right.
There's definitely plenty of lines that you could do with Storm and a 4-star Star-Lord for sure.
Yeah, and Magic, I hear, is really good for Juggernauts, and who else?
Oh yeah.
There was somebody else that I can't remember who it was. Juggernauts.
I'm trying to think of all the different fights.
Power control is going to be really important. Is it?
Like OG Vision, but I mean, because every time you dash back, you lose 5% of power, and if you're at 0 and dash back, you get stunned.
Yeah.
But I did that with my 4-star Star-Lord, and I was...
How would Hyperion do in that fight?
Not bad, I guess. I mean, because he builds so much power, he could be incinerating him constantly. Of course, you know, with Limber... hey, Glory Man, what's up, bro? With Limber, you're going to run out of stuns and the opportunity to land those heavies, and the only thing I worry about with Hyperion is that their evade, you know? You'd hate to, like, land the first part, be halfway through the second, and then they evade out and clock you.
Yeah. Well, definitely I'm getting Archangel because I do know that I will need him.
Oh, man, yeah, he'd be a great choice for X-23, I've heard.
X-23 and Spider-Man. I mean, I know those two can be beaten with others, but he apparently is the best.
Oh man, you know, for Spider-Man, I mean, Iceman would probably be close to the best. Archangel do more damage, of course. But for X-23, yeah, I could see him being the best option there, because not only is he shutting down or healing, he's going to be doing mad damage all the time. And that I've also heard too that when his neurotoxin expires, it never gets shorter in duration. Also.
Yeah, so it's not subject to the
Nope.
Limber. Yeah.
Nope.
What's up, Zerov? And Hector's in the chat too. 5 million, hopefully 7 million by tomorrow night. That should do it. Santos Mercado. Stop at 7 million. Yeah, I think 7 million is going to be plenty. I'm projecting high. I know I've seen several people are saying he's going to be going for 5, 5.5. I think he's going to be 6+. But we'll find out in a couple days.
Who's the only person we've seen at 6+? Was it just Hyperion?
No, Hyperion, Dr. Voodoo,
Gwenpool?
Gwenpool. Yeah, I think Gwenpool went over 6.
Okay.
Somebody said, who was it? The people that are saying that Archangel's going low don't know how good Archangel is, or aren't planning on 100%ing Labyrinth or something like that. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to do 5.5, and there's no reason not to push more. I mean, my logic is, yeah, he may be 5.5, but I'm not going to take that gamble.
Nope. Nope. I have never missed on a champ that I've gone for. And I mean, whether that's luck or that's just saying, you know what, I have an idea of what the cutoff is, and I'm just going to blow that away.
Yeah.
That's kind of always been my approach. Like with, I did the Yondu and Nebula grind, kind of like what you did. Those are my only 2 features actually I've ever gone for. Did them back to back, and I did, I think, what was it? It was like 17 million and 19 million.
Yeah, that's more than I did.
And I did not miss. I got 90th for Yondu actually.
Nice. I did right at 15 million, I think, for both of them.
Okay.
And
that was really close to the cutoff too, wasn't it? I mean, it was like 14 or something.
Yeah, Yondu was. My first one, those were my second and third feature grinds. My first one was Psylocke, and not really because I wanted her, but it was the first feature arena that was available after I got the iPhone and fully unlocked the Suicide Masteries. So I just went for it to see if I could do it, because I'd never put up more than 5 million before on an old Android Galaxy S6.
Ooh, man, I bet that was painful.
Without suicides, it was terrible. It was terrible. So I put up 12 million for what's her face, Psylocke. So
no, that's good. Those were the first 2 features, that I'd ever gone for, and it was kind of like a challenge for me, you know. Like I had, of course, there's all sorts of different things we can do in this game, and one of the first things I wanted to do, of course, was get my Legends title. So I got the Legends title, and then it was, of course, beat Roma Legends, Road to the Labyrinth, and then it was like, you know what, one time, I just so happen to have the time to do it, because it's still pretty time intensive even when you have a pretty developed roster, and I was like, you know what, I want to see if I can get these features, and I think I probably spent about 1,200 units maybe in refreshes on each one. But I mean, to get a brand new champ for 1,200 units, like, yeah, that's pretty good. You can go buy only 4 crystals for that much.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So you did your legend run before you did Realm of Legends?
Oh man, I'd have to go back and check. Honestly, probably not. I probably beat Realm of Legends first, but it was just one of those like early, milestones things that I wanted to accomplish. I got my Legends title. I had been playing the game 7 months when I got it.
Yeah. And how long have you been playing?
Let's see. I started in July of last year, so coming up on 14 months.
Yeah.
And I was talking in the Legacy stream the other night, I got Scarlet Witch really early, and I did the Legends run prior to the 12.0 nerf. So I had full suicides, full boosts, and like the big ones, the 30% ones you buy, and I put 1 point in willpower.
And 35% crit team.
Oh yeah. I ran the one with Double Falcon, Vision, and Black Widow. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Just face rolled, and I talked to a buddy who runs Suicides, and I showed him my setup. He's like, "Oh, dude!" And I didn't die once through the whole run, which is great. I did it in 4 hours and I think 23 minutes that month. It was when Dormammu and the Hood were introduced, actually, and Dormammu, the fastest I beat him was 14 hits that month as the Master Mode boss.
Wow.
So, oh yeah, it was sick, dude. It was, yeah. Poor Scarlet Witch.
She's crazy. I was not lucky enough really to take full advantage of her. You remember Chicken Jerky? He was in the Alliance for a while when I joined. Mm-hmm. He had a Sig 99 Scarlet Witch, and mine was like Signature 8.
Oh,
and
big difference.
So yeah, he let me play with his, and I was like, this is just unfair.
Well, what you notice too is in the signature ability description is it went to 100% back then on a crit. However, it was the 100% chance for her to apply 0 to 8 buffs or debuffs, and so sometimes it was 0, like you get a crit and nothing would happen. But the thing with her and that crit team was that like every other hit, or even 3 or 4 out of 5, was a crit. So yeah, dude, it was constant regen, in the stun lock. Because now she still stuns, but she's been shortened to I forget the duration, but it's oh yeah, you could before get like a full 5-hit combo, start another one, then like do like maybe 2 hits, and then go into another 5-hit combo, and then by that time you've already stun locked him again, and probably power drained him. So I mean, yeah, it was totally overpowered. It was great.
Striker V says that Gran wants me to take his spot for a week.
Oh yeah.
He didn't say spot where.
If you got better prestige than Gran, you might just find yourself a permanent home.
It's not hard to do. It's not hard to do. You just need a third 455.
It's true. I'm working on. Well, let me answer Alex for you too. He's asking any advice for unit expectations for easy path of Labyrinth of Legends. Might have to be a 4-star Star Lord, and then you get the 5 in November. I guess you're holding your crystals until November, but you know, dude. Good luck with duping him, because Gran's probably been trying for quite a long time too, and the pool's just getting bigger and bigger. But unit expectations for 4-star Star Lord. What did Legacy do it? He did it in like 6,000 units, maybe.
Yeah, but I'd have to go back and look and see how many units I used. I know, you know, Brian didn't use any units. I don't think I used a whole lot.
But he's talking about using a 4-star Star Lord, so he won't get the
4-star. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick Shot did it with 4-star.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just gonna depend on what you got in your inventory, man. I had like 1,000 free crystals. I had stuff in the inventory. Now, like live streaming, I did have people, you know, gift me some things here.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, I'm not opposed to that. It wasn't. I don't think it was a whole lot, but you know. Better to give than to receive, right? I don't want to deprive anybody of giving.
No, never. I would say an estimate would be like 6,000 to 8,000 units, man. Just depending on your level of play, RNG, just the whole 9 yards. That's and what you have in your stash. Now, if you got a pretty good stash, like Gran just mentioned, if you've saved up a whole bunch of those free crystals, so you're going to have potions and revives, and if you're a YouTube streamer, you get it done much cheaper.
Yeah. As long as you have people watch you. I see, you know, a lot of guys, they'll just do it thinking people are just going to jump in their stream, and sometimes they get lucky, like Sammy. You know, he pushes the right buttons, and you know, he got Joel's attention and Brian's attention, and you know, he got people jumping in there. And so sometimes that works if you got the right connections.
That's true. I wish my internet was better, because I would have loved to have streamed more of it, and the only thing I was able to stream was my last like 700,000 or last million or something off of Maestro whenever I went for 100%.
Yep.
So
I jumped
that was
there.
fun. And I didn't have 1,000 subs, so I couldn't even accept super chats at the time.
Yeah. Well, you're there now, though, aren't you?
Yeah, but I haven't streamed. That was my only live stream ever. So
yeah. Sonal Kumar, what's up, man? It's good to see it again tonight. Let's see. Kingston. Been a long time since I came to your stream. It's been a few days. It's good to see you. And even longer time, Hemorrhoid Hitman. What is up, man? Where you been, dude? How is I gotta know, Hemorrhoid. What does DOG think of the new Alliance War? That should be the next thing we talk about. So, Hemorrhoid Hitman is in Dawn of Galactus. Is it Galactus? And they're like top 5 or something like that, Alliance War. I'm going to go back and look at that. I'm going to pull up the leaderboard and see what that is. I think they were top 3 last time I looked at that.
We've already seen the screenshot from ISO A. I know they're up there pretty good too.
Yeah, global war rating, they are... must have gone down some. Where are you at, man? Oh, number 21. I thought you were... At one point, you were quite a bit higher than that. But yeah, they're 21. What are we at? 36? We're catching up to you, Hitman. We're coming for you. Only 15 spots behind.
Be there in no time.
Jail. Oh man, sorry to hear it, man. Hope everything's worked out for you. On the way to 100% Act 4, 68% at the moment. Good job, Kingston. And welcome to the stream, Felipe. 4.6. You are ahead of me, sir. Barely. So, initial thoughts on Alliance War.
Man, it was. I felt much easier. Some of the fights were still kind of tough, but you know, I'm really on the fence because I watched a video earlier that Seaton put out, kind of giving his thoughts and everything, and I tended to actually agree with quite a bit of it. I think it had a lot of goods as well as bads. One of the good things I really liked, and which you saw in our BG2 there. Of course, you just blitzed your whole line all the way through the mini, which was awesome.
Yep,
but
didn't use a single item.
Nah, man, that's awesome. That's phenomenal. Great performance. And what I liked is that, like, I had to take lane 6, which is the middle right lane. So after the first section, you know, I think I was down. I was down 1 champ and maybe 3/4 of my Gwenpool is down. So I had a full health Iceman and a 1/4 health on my Gwenpool. And I went through the line, but then I was able to switch, and then I went outside, and someone who'd been outside came inside to handle some of the next BS fights, you know, that I was going to have. And they weren't even told BS, but they were going to be really tough for what I had to work with, you know. And I thought that was a really nice feature in terms of being able to sort of share responsibilities and be flexible with your line. However, everything was kind of the same, if you notice. I mean, it was a lot of 200% attack, extra fury, or extra poison. It's like, you know, okay. And I even put my A-bomb, or well, FT did, but we put an A-bomb there on poison. It's like, man, if it's a poison node, somebody's going to be going against it with a vision or an immune champ anyway. Yeah. So those nodes are totally, I think, worthless in the game, and I felt that they were kind of that way in the previous version, because there was those first 2 right out of the gate on the right and left, and then you had a bleed node over to the right, and I think that was it, wasn't it? In terms of just straight out, like, this is gonna bleed you or whatever. So people knew what to take in, and it was the same thing. Now the downside.
I gotta mention Sammy. Yeah. Sammy just subbed. Thought you were already subscribed, Sammy, but thanks for that. What's up, Ryan Kim? Welcome to the stream. BManny is the leader of 4 Loki. All right, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that the downside, and I think this is being replicated and echoed across the community, was just the simple fact, and of course we're seeing the screenshots come out about how people are losing to defender diversity and hero rating, and people actually not placing defenders is getting them wins. So those are 3 things that are taking skill totally out of it. I was definitely impressed with our performance today, you know, being able to clear over 98% of the map with 86 deaths, I think it was, and I actually gave 2 of those up at the very end because I threw my remaining champs at a fully noted magic, knowing full well I was going to die. So let's just say 84 even. That's really good. I mean, if you went that close before, we probably would have died well over 100 times. So I think that the nodes have gotten a little bit easier, but the way they've structured the points has taken away from some of the skill, and a lot of it has to it all falls back to defender kills, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like the first point you said about being able to switch lines, Quickshot and I did flip-flop 1. He took an Electro on a poison node, and then I moved over to the middle for 1 fight to fight a Mordo.
Okay, and then bounce back out.
And then bounce back out. So that was good. We did like it. The one thing, my biggest complaint, I mean, I like a challenge. I do not mind having the harder fights. You know, I mean, I cleared the whole lane, and if we had 100%ed, I would have got first MVP. You know, whatever. It was easy. You know, there's So my complaint with the previous system, I posted this in the forum regarding the MVP. There was no way that there would be any kind of sharing of that unless you're constantly switching lines, because it was always, you know, the same couple of lines that got the most percentage for MVP. And so I asked about that in the forums. They never responded. Like, they had to make that more even so that, you know, it's not just the same 2 people in the alliance or 3 people in the alliance getting MVP every time. Well, now if I run that outside lane every time and solo it, then if we get 100%, then whoever does that, they're going to get an MVP. But why is that MVP? I mean, because those are easy fights. I think the hardest one I had was like power gain with extended debuff and Spider-Man on an unblockable L1. You know, it wasn't challenging to me. But I mean, positive side, I got to keep my potions, which was great.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see more of a challenge. And then the other thing is the way that the nodes are broken up. The first 3 fights are separated by 3 energy. It's from the fight to the portal, through the portal, and then to the next fight. So there's no way you could throw a boost on and do more than 2 fights at a time.
Oh man.
So usually I do. Brian said the same thing in his Alliance War video. That he usually like records it in 2 bits and then puts it together. When I posted this video, or when I edited this video, I had 10 separate clips.
Oh wow!
Because I just running out of energy all the time.
Well, or even if you were able to get 5 energy, I think that you end up waiting on somebody else that has to wait 2-3 hours to go through the portals and to take out link nodes. Because I'm not sure exactly how lane 1 runs quite yet, being the first war and everything. But I know that like with my path, and then we were stuck waiting on somebody to join. I think it was to take line 7, and we had to wait till this morning. And we launched at 3 o'clock yesterday. So I mean, that's a long time to wait. Which of course, if they would have joined, that's one thing. But it kind of froze everything.
Yeah.
But what I did notice, and there towards the end, since you solo magic, quick shot coming over from line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5. I think we could have sent 4 people to that middle mini, maybe even 5. So that's kind of a big deal, because the middle mini, well, they're all tough, but the middle one I think is a little tougher, maybe second next to like the completely debuff immune one. But you could send a lot of help to them, and people can sort of wait at those portals and see, hey, do I need to go here? Do I need to go there? And being the first one, I sort of jumped ahead, and I was like, well, I'll let Bosox, go give this magic a twirl with his magic. And sure enough, he soloed her, and I'm sitting there with nothing to do, where I should have waited, seen that he soloed her, and then jumped over to help with the middle. So
yeah.
That's the flexibility part that I like.
Yeah, I like that too. And I don't think who was the MVP? That was DJ Ray Ray. Did he get #1 MVP?
Yeah,
I think so. Did anything show up on his profile? I didn't see anything on mine.
I'll check right now. I know that BG looked at him as soon as the war ended, and it didn't show anything, but let me take a look.
Let me finish this fight, and then I'll catch up with the chat. I see you guys chatting in there, so I don't know if you're talking to each other, if I'm missing questions. Let's see. I'm going to scroll back.
Yeah, I don't see anything, Gran. It doesn't show anything on this end.
Yeah. No, that's not Sam. That's not Imposter Sammy. That's the real Sammy right there. Back to normal. I think the addition of gear and new masteries will even all the problems up with the new AW structure. Need a little time, I think, to judge it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to add more. I mean, I think we are going to see some changes. We're going to definitely see some tweaks. Just like they did with the first round of Alliance War. I'm sure they did not intend to have this, to have alliances be able to win by not placing defenders. Just like the whole placing 2 defenders. Were you around when that was a thing?
No, what is that?
Okay, so like when Alliance War first started, you could communicate with with your opponent in chat. So the war room chat was active as soon as your match was found. And so what alliances began to do was to coordinate with the opponent so that both teams placed 2 stars as defenders, with the exception of the boss. And that way nobody was spending any resources or units, or just blowing right through 100% the whole map, and then it came down to how many times you died to the boss.
Oh wow,
and
okay.
that lasted for a few weeks, and Kabam shut it down, just turned off that chat completely so you couldn't communicate anymore.
Surprise, surprise, huh?
Yeah.
No, I did not hear that. However, you know, there's other chats out there that exist for similar reasons, even these days. So.
Yeah, well, I know that there are chats to coordinate so that people don't get matched up. I would think it would be difficult to ensure that you know. I mean, even if you timed and say, okay, yeah, we got a match at this time, it would still be difficult to know that, yeah, okay,
oh, that's who you're matching
you're our
with?
opponent, so we're going to place 2 stars. You know?
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, not to place 2 stars. More along the lines of negotiations, a little trading, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Once the war's already started, right? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Although we're for Loki, and most of our guys aren't really on board for any kind of trading at this point. Although you gotta wonder with the new change to everything, if it might be just kind of more advantageous, because you hate to spend. Go 100%, they spin, go 100%, and they win because they literally placed a 2-star or 5-star Spider Gwen or something, you know?
Yeah.
Gave him an extra 200 diversity points.
Yeah.
That's garbage.
See ya, Sammy. Notice they made the mini bosses had tons less health than usual. Think attack was about the same. Yeah, it was crazy less health. It was like 86,000 or something like that on the magic I beat, I think it was.
Oh, really? On the mini? Okay.
I think it was. I could be wrong.
I didn't get to fight the mini, so I didn't know. I didn't get to see.
It was pretty low. It was pretty low. Who's that creepy voice you talk to? This is just one of the voices in my head. Sometimes I project. No, this is BManny. He is the leader of For Loki. Kind of right. It was, you could see your opponent alliance name, so you would contact and coordinate with them prior to lock champs. Well, no, Hemorrhoid Hitman, we actually, I could have sworn we actually discussed it in the chat when it first started. And maybe then they changed it so that you could see your opponent. They locked that chat down, and then you could see your opponent, and then you could communicate with the opponent that way, and then they locked that down too. But I'm pretty certain you used to be able to just chat with them. I'm not beyond the error. I could be wrong, but that's seems to me what it was. I mean, it was a long time ago. I've slept since then.
What's up, contest champion? 4 Loki dudes.
4 Loki dudes. I'm gonna try not to get beat up by Black Bolt here. Goodness gracious, his L2. You think I could get away from that thing by now?
I know that we really wanted to get into a fight with ISO-D for quite a while, just, you know, for shits and giggles. Oh, sorry if I'm flagging you. I just demonetized your video.
Yeah. You know what? Since Brian is in here anyway, he can answer this. I'm wondering if he's getting demonetized. The last couple of streams that I've done, I've got notification that my content is not appropriate for all advertisers, and so I'll have limited advertising. I'm like, what? Then you can request review, but you have to have 1,000 views within a week for it to be reviewed. I'm like, I'm not that cool yet, so that's not gonna happen. I'm like, why all of a sudden? I've never had that happen before, but all of a sudden, the last 2 nights, it's thrown that on there. So yeah, that's weird.
Alex42, how much time dedication does being Alliance leader take away? It varies. I got some really good officers, and all of our members are I mean, they handle their business, man. So a lot of times, my sort of behind the scenes roles are a little bit of communication, some recruiting, whatnot. Some days are busier than others. So, you know, it just varies, man.
Yeah. It's happening in all your videos too. Think it's just something with YouTube. Okay. Well, I did see a video that they're changing up the monetization stuff, especially with video games. And so it's probably because this is a violent video game. It has guns in it.
You don't think that they hear the gunfire and then they associate that, like, or that's a flag for them, do you?
No, I don't think so. I think it's probably just it's labeled a fighting game.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so like sometimes when I'm scrolling through YouTube, it has categories like action game, fighting game pop up, and I see other people's videos, MCOC videos in the fighting game category. So if it's fighting, it's violence. So it's this has been a huge fiasco. It hasn't really affected me, this ad-apocalypse that has been going on with YouTube, where advertisers have basically said we're not going to have our advertisements on this kind of content, and YouTube just kind of went overboard with it and said, okay, well then we're just not going to monetize this, and this. And it's kind of spilled over into video games now.
Huh. That's weird. My stuff gets flagged every once in a while for music, and that's fine. I mean, I license my music, so I just have to, like BG said, you know, file a dispute. It's all fine. They usually clear it right up. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that with the music, but these ones, it says, yeah, you can request a manual review if you have 1,000 views in a week.
Okay. So if you're not getting 1,000 views.
Yeah, I'm not going to get 1,000 views. I usually maybe get 300 or so, but live streams, not so much.
Yeah, they're just longer. No, the point I was actually getting at earlier, I kind of lost my train of thought there whenever I dropped the S-bomb on you, was we'd been wanting this matchup for a while, but it just didn't feel like, I don't know, did you get that feeling that it wasn't kind of like, you know, the chat wasn't a bunch of trash talking, it was just, it was real chill, and I don't think that they hardly used any items. I mean, I know we didn't, but I think that they shut it down pretty early, it looked like.
Yeah. It was, it was not competitive. I think probably because both alliances realized just how easy it was. Yeah, I think they got stuck in a few places if I remember correctly, but...
yeah, they did. Pretty good stuck, too. I think our Mystic got... not our Mystic, our Rhino in BG2 got like 4 kills, didn't he?
I don't remember what he ended up with. I was happy that my Yondu got 2.
Yeah, that's good.
But, yeah. What else was I going to ask you about? Let's see, it was the Alliance War thing, the me recently becoming a quadrillionaire. We've already discussed that. Oh, 5.3, have you done that?
Yeah, I did an initial clear the day it came out, actually.
Nice.
And it was difficult. I think part of my difficulty derived from me having suicides on the whole time, and not being able to use specials, especially like some of the later chapters. Magic is a really good asset for being able to just power lock them, because those chapters are where... Have you done any of it yet, Gran?
I just finished up first run today.
Okay, cool. So you know,
I had to wait for my science champions to be done in war for to be able to take them in.
Okay, and it's called Cascade, right? Is that the one where they only lose half their power when they activate a special? So those are the ones where I was just locking them down with magic, rinse and repeat, but the problem was recoil was just slowly killing me, and those paths are just so long. So I've pulled off suicides for whenever I go back in. I don't think I'll have as many issues, but long fights, man. What do they all have? Like anywhere from 80 to like 100, 120,000 health?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did the easy paths.
I went the paths that just had keys on them. I didn't really look for... I tried to make sure I wasn't completely unprepared, you know, like this. I think there's some bleed ones or something like that. Or there was heal block, and I didn't have a immune champ, and I didn't want to reset masteries mid lane. But yeah, I pretty much just went for wherever the keys were, and collected as many as I could in my first blitz on it. I can't believe Legacy did the whole thing in one night. That was insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't have that kind of stamina anymore. He's a young buck.
dude, that's insane. I actually went to bed after being on a stream for 3 hours, and he'd already been on for like 5 hours, and I went to bed and I woke up to check and see if he was still on, and it said it was streamed 5 minutes ago.
Yikes. Yeah, it was like 14 hours or something. Is that what
yeah, like almost 14 and a half, I think.
Felipe says, is there a grudge between BG and Seton, or is it just a joke? It's just a joke, man. At least that's all I'm allowed to say. Ironic BManny is a special guest tonight. Just watched this collector video earlier. Nice.
Oh, so you're the one.
The one.
Yeah.
Anthony Resendez, any Master Quest hood advice? What are you having problems with on that hood? Or is it the regen that you're having an issue with? If it's the regen, you'll have to bring a heal block champion, or if you can get a champion that places a lot of debuffs and put a point in, you just need one point in despair. It'll slow it down enough to make it not a problem anymore.
You know, it's so funny, man, the different levels of people in the game. Like, he might be using a 3-star or you know, a 444 star. And I remember fighting the hood, but it was one of those fights you don't even give a second thought to because you're using a rank 4 or 5-star, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I just kept hitting him and then he just died.
Yeah. Well, see, I want to read what Hemorrhoid Hitman said here first, and then I'll make another comment. He says, if you had 0 gold, you should claim the skirmish rewards and rank up in excess of 200,000 gold on champs, and it'll all be free gold as they can't take what you didn't have. So the example that Kabam Mike had posted in the forums is if you claimed the rewards and you spent a whole bunch to rank up, you spent more than what you originally had before you claimed the rewards, and they take everything back, you're going to be at 0 gold. But if you're at 0 gold before you claim the rewards, and then you claim the rewards and spend a whole bunch of gold, they can't take a negative amount.
That is true, but on the flip side, if you're sitting at 0 gold, are you even playing the game?
Yeah. That's true. I don't know how I would get to 0. I've been to 0 gold a few times, but that was early. That was early on. I will never be at 0 gold again. No, they're not taking my gold.
That's right. That's my gold. I remember I used to, and not struggle, but sometimes I'd have to wait a little bit to build up enough gold, and that was right before that first gold realm hit. Now, that was in December. Is that right? I can't quite remember when the first one they did, because it was every like hour and a half or something like that.
I don't remember when it was, but I remember eating at a barbecue restaurant and doing it.
Oh, dude.
While
so
family was eating lunch, and I'm trying to do the gold realm under the table, you know.
I can't miss this. Man, during that gold realm, the first one they did, I got my...
Daniel Gomez on the emojis.
Oh my! I got up to over 8 million in gold from that gold realm, and I've never been hurting since. So that kind of like set me up for my, I think, just career in this game. So
yeah, I got about 7 or 8 million myself, and now I balance it about around 4 million, give or take 500,000 or so. But
okay, yeah,
also,
I mean, I've got up to I got up to 18 million, and then I ranked up quite a few high-level champs, and I got it to 15.5, and then I try to double donate for gold if somebody covers my loyalty every once in a while, and I got it down to like 15.5, but then you do like an arena crystal opening or something, and I think I'm at like 17.5 again.
Yeah, I've never had that much, because I rank up every time I get anything. I mean, so like all my champions are, I mean, 2 stars, 3 stars, all maxed out. 4 stars are all 330. You know, 5 stars are... I could probably start ranking up 5 stars, but that all takes tier 4 basics. So it's like I have nobody to rank when rank up comes around. So I've got to get a new champion to do level up anymore.
I'm in the same boat, man.
Yeah. You should pop here at Graham's stream more often. That beat is hoppin'. You can also power through Hood with Hulk or Gwenpool or Hyperion if they're strong enough. Yes. Is the skirmish reward right? Got 1,000,000 gold. No, it's not right. They'll take it back from you. And I did that gold realm on auto fight.
While you were driving, yeah.
Well, it surprises me. Could you get through it on auto fight?
Heroic for sure.
Yeah, the master one, that bottom line on the master one, that would have been tricky. Yeah, 5 stars you spend 1,000,000 quick. So that's really where a lot of my gold went. Yeah. When I had those when we had the rank down tickets, I took multiple 5 stars to rank 3. And that, that drained
to rank 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because I didn't have a viable rank 4. My only awakened 5 stars were Rhino and Storm at the time. And Ronin, I think, yeah. Or maybe not even Storm. So I took Rhino and Ronin to rank 4 for a temporary prestige boost.
Okay.
And then I took them down, and I took Storm back up, and then I brought. So I took them down to rank 3. I put Storm at rank 4, and then I brought Magic, Star-Lord, Hawkeye to rank 3. So I went from 0 5 stars above rank 2 to 6.
Wow.
During those gold quests. So
I've only got 3, I think. Yep, I've got 3 at rank 3.
Yep.
And 1 at rank 2, and it happens to be Iron Man, and it's because I ran out of a 5-star rank down tickets.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to rank up my Iron Man if I can't stop pulling tech catalysts.
Oh man, as much as it sounds crazy, and to some people in the stream who are maybe at just a different level in the game, who don't understand how fast class catalysts come later in the game, it's gotten to the point where I don't even mind catalysts expiring anymore, hardly. I just had 5 cosmic expire, I had a science expire, I've got 1 cosmic and 1 skill and overflow right now, I've got 12 unopened T4CC crystals, hundreds and hundreds of the shard, T4 shard, crystals that give you a little bit. I've got a bunch of the glory and greater glory. I think that's what they're called, crystals. So you'll get it back. I think the point at our level, Gran, is to not rank like completely unnecessary champs, because you're going to be using things like your alphas, your T1 alphas first of all, and your basics that are seem to come in a lot slower. Yep.
See, I don't have any shortage right now, even in inventory. I've got, how many do I have? 100 and probably like 115 or 120 map 6 crystals.
Oh man, I saw your pic the other night. That's insane.
Yeah, 16 tier 4 class catalyst crystals.
With those map 6 crystals, and how many map 5s?
None.
Okay.
I've popped but see, last time I popped 20 map 5 crystals, I got a full tech. And the time before that, I popped some 5-star crystals, I got a full tech. But
so you've got some basics floating around in there too now, don't you?
I've only got 8. I've got 8 basics right now. I rank somebody every time I get 8 basics.
I mean, with if you were to open those crystals, you'd probably get a few more basics out of those as well.
Yeah, probably. And I'll get to. At this point, I'm thinking I'm gonna save up to 200 and just do a video.
Oh, cool, man. Well,
200 map 6 crystals, or something.
How many? We get like 18 a week, don't we?
So. Yeah, it'll be a few more weeks. It'll be a few more weeks, but we'll get it. But I don't need them. I don't need to open anything right now. The only class that I have that I can't rank somebody in is Mystic, which, I mean, it is unfortunate because I want to get Voodoo to rank 5, but I got Archangel, coming up now, and then I don't know, Science. I've got 7 Science Catalysts. I've got enough to rank up a Cosmic, which I'm not really great about that, but yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do after Archangel goes up, but definitely not in a hurry for it at this point.
Yeah. Those guys, Cam and Legacy a little bit, but Cam, he was trying to coerce me, sort of. I mean, I might have taken the bait. I might have led myself down the path, but into taking my 5-star X23 up to rank 4 and using a Mutant Awakening gem on her. What do you think?
X23? I don't know that I would want to use an Awakening gem on her, but I mean, I have to admit she's probably a better choice than Ronan.
I don't have Ronan, thankfully.
I do.
So.
I used an Awakening gem on Ronan because, because
well,
at the time,
Cosmic, right? Cosmic.
Yeah, at the time there was no better Cosmic. I mean,
Yep.
He was the best Cosmic 5-star. In my opinion. I mean, Captain Marvel was in there, Drax was in there. I like Drax, but I had a fondness for Ronan because he got me, my 3-star Ronan got me through a ton of content in Act 4. And so just a fan, and I didn't have any other options, again, for a rank 4, and everybody else was ranking up these rank 4 or 5 stars, and I'm just sitting here collecting, non-dupes. So, like, what the heck? It's Ronan or Drax, and I didn't have Drax, so that was before,
I know
that was before Hyperion was available. It's before they announced that all these new 5-stars are going to be in the 5-star crystals. So now I'm wishing I had not used it, of course, but.
I'm in the man. I'm right there with you. I've got that's why my Winter Soldier is up there, because I needed the prestige bump to join a better alliance, or just I say better. Those are good guys I was playing with, but just people that were a lot more along my pace in the game and everything. And man, I brought 3 of my 3 rank 4 5-stars to war the other day, and he just let me down. I mean, he even power drained on like 5 of his first 10 hits and still died to a 4-star Dormammu. So
Brian says we get an undisclosed amount of map 6 crystals a week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Storm. I mean, I've got mixed feelings about her. I think I would love to have her as a rank 3. I got mixed feelings as a rank 4. I mean, she got me my legend title. She cleared the first path of Labyrinth, but so many times I bring her into war and she will not crit. And the damage, her damage output when she crits on her special 2 is phenomenal.
It was maxing every time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, but when she only crits like 20% of the time, she's worthless to me.
Now with her, you have to use a attack synergy team, correct?
For Labyrinth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can get by with a lower attack synergy team. She's got one of the higher outputs, higher base attacks. That's why she's so good for a legend run.
So who did you use in your Labyrinth team? Because I remember watching your stream over the course of a few days a little bit, but I don't remember the team you used.
Magneto, 5-star, 4-star Magneto, 5-star Cyclops, 4-star Wolverine.
Oh, okay, cool. So you basically had the full mutant synergies going on.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And she still was, she still left something to be desired. So I mean, just that crit, I was hurting. I mean, and a lot of it was my mistake. Just sweaty hands and stupid mistakes. But dude, Daniel, I'm gonna time you out, man. What's going on, man?
Who's your mods in here, Gran? I don't see anybody.
Where are the mods? John Doe, Hector.
Oh yeah. Oh, there they are. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure High Speed Pursuit is around in here, and then we've had a few more. Usually have more than this, more mods present, but they're taking the night off. I told them to, Friday nights, enjoy your evening.
Yeah, I'm married with kids, man. This is my evening.
Yeah, exactly. That's people say, why don't you stream earlier? Because wife and kids are asleep now.
Yep.
This is my time that I get,
and I'm gonna take it.
Yep. Hey, what's up, Vincenzo? Good to see you. I'm doing well, man. It's going to pay to rank the Gwen, She-Hulks, Kamalas, and others. Now it is. Heck yeah, I've already said my Alliance War defense very soon. Going to be Groot, Colossus, Spider-Gwen, Loki. I just got to get an Iron Patriot. I'm all set.
Ooh, Loki. Okay. GM posted earlier, and tell me what your thoughts are on this. He thinks that there's a bug with, how do you put it? There's a bug with the diversity points, because we've seen some alliances that have posted those photos about having well over 106 diverse champs, and of course there's only 106 in the game. And he was saying that it was being calculated per battle group. Do you think that that's how it's intended to be, or do you think that's not true, the way it's supposed to be?
I haven't thought much about how the diversity is figured. I saw Kabam Mike posted the numbers, but I hadn't sat down and actually worked through it myself to figure out how it's supposed to go. But per the announcement, it should be for the entire alliance and not per battle group.
That's what I thought too. But if it was per battle group, then that's that would be a little cooler, I think, because you're going to have some overlap.
You'd also be able to get the max points out of that.
Yep.
If it were per battle group, you can't with 150 defenders.
Right. But with, let's see, 5 times 10, you need 50 different champs. So if I place my classic Ultron, Gambit, Abomination, and I've got Loki also, but either one of us could place Loki. So yeah, we could max those defender points. And actually, Gambit and Howard the Duck. It's funny, man. You never know sometimes who's going to get you a kill. Like for instance, today, my Magic and Dormammu 0 kills. My Abomination, my Classic Ultron, and my Howard the Duck all got a kill.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Something smells fishy about that.
Yeah. And I placed with suicides. My fault, but
yeah,
won't happen again.
That's the other thing that I do like. I mean, being able to see the class masteries or the class categories or whatever of your opponents. Yes, it makes it easier. Yes, we're already saying that we want more of a challenge than what this gave us. But I brought a Cosmic into war today.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I fought, apart from the Magic mini-boss, I fought 1 Mystic on my line.
Wow.
No, I fought 2 because I actually switched with Quick Shot on the 1. But when I joined, I was planning on only 1 Mystic, and then I had 3 Mutants and 2 or 3 Science.
Okay.
And running suicide, so I brought Hulk and Ronan in. Got both the poison immune, so I've just got to deal with the bleed at the beginning of the fight, and I've got max coag and suture, so minimal bleed damage for those 2. Plus I've got the crit buff or crit synergy. Ronan has crit synergy with Hulk, so that helped things out.
Oh, nice.
And,
is your game down?
Really well.
I just noticed, I'm just seeing the smoke, and CJ's commenting that it's just...
No, it's not my game. It is my air server. I've been having a problem with my air server for some reason. It just quit. It's not there. I got to restart it.
Yeah, Ronan, I mean, you're running, let's see, I know we talked about masteries a little bit. Did you end up putting 1 or 2 points in Coagulate?
3.
Oh, okay, so your Hulk and Ronan then are probably taking like 0 damage, right? Or like 1 or 2 per tick?
Yeah, well, it depends on if the opponent has Despair.
Despair, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I think it was like 2, maybe 2. I think it was 2. Well, no, on the initial bleed, it was like 6.
Okay.
But 6 HP per tick, I mean, that's a few parries in the game.
Oh,
yeah. And I parry very, very infrequently anymore. So.
I don't know if it's like people's accounts or if I do things the wrong way or whatever, but because I've ran through Labyrinth of Legends and Intercepted, and I've seen the 1 hit when they're blocking or 2 or up to 4, and then dash back in. Man, I've had times where they just don't fall for it.
Yep.
At all.
Yep. CJ, you're talking to yourself. Yes, you are talking to yourself. Hey, Greg the Great, good to see you, man. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well too. So, have you seen? So I learned this from Invincible. He did a fight, and he didn't comment on it at all. He usually describes what he's doing in his videos. He does a very good job of, like, in the description of typing out exactly what's going on. He didn't say anything about this, but I was watching the video and I noticed he is intercepting with a light attack.
Yeah.
So
he's not dashing right back in.
He's not dashing right back in, and so I've been doing that for the last couple of months in Arena. And I have gotten hit and died a lot trying to get this down, but I've actually got it down now, and it works. Most of the time it works, because if you use a medium to dash back in to intercept, then they can counter you very easily. Yep. If you use a light and then you've got that safety net there. They're not gonna catch you. If they're not dashing back in, then you're not going to get countered. If they are dashing in, then you can get them. But you've got to do a light, medium.
Well, you can put your first medium anywhere in there you want. But yeah. Like you could do a light, medium, light, medium if you wanted to.
That one's that's tricky for me.
Oh, especially since you're landing that first one. There's two things I found about that technique. That is worth sharing. I think is that when you do the dash back, you got to be tapping for that light hit right away.
Yeah.
If you hesitate at all, they're on you, and it's too late.
Yep.
The second part of that is that I don't quite remember who it is exactly, but some characters have a little bit longer model to them, and just don't allow you the same time. Let's say not if they start coming at you, then it usually works. But sometimes you'll do that dash back and then they like throw a punch, but they don't dash. Some of them, and you end up both throwing a punch at the same time. And sometimes I found that when you throw your punch, they throw theirs. It seems like they cover more distance than the characters I like to use, and it clips me. But I found that we talked a little bit about that in chat one day.
Yeah.
And I think it is a much safer method.
Yeah, I think actually some champions do that better too. Like Magic, for some reason, I can intercept with Magic so much better than I can with other champs.
You think it's a small character?
I think
like
maybe.
Model?
I think it might be. You know how like Dormammu has an unnaturally long reach on his attack?
Yep.
It may have something to do with that. What's up, Doc82? Another 4 Loki fellow. And CJ wants to know if you were his life trade partner and he broke up with you when he left. I don't know. Was it?
Oh.
Did you have a deal with CJ?
I don't think so. I
had
can't
a deal
remember.
with somebody. Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody's willing to trade loyalty for gold, like I'm gonna hold on to you forever, buddy.
Vinny wants to know what are the requirements to join the Alliance, and CJ says you have to have a YouTube channel, and that's why you got kicked.
Okay, yep. Requirements, you just got to be really good at the game, man. Have an impressive profile, have done some cool things, be able to handle basically a top-tier gameplay. So, John Doe, rank 4-star, rank 5 Archangel or Iceman, or just save it for a 5-star. Depends on how fast you get class catalyst, man. Because as soon as I get a Iceman in 4-star, I would like to take him up to rank 5 also. Same, my Archangel's already rank 5, and I do have a rank 4 5-star Iceman. So
there are some champs that you should rank up your 4 and your 5-star as high as you can.
Yep.
And those two are examples of that. I really think after my 4-star Voodoo goes to rank 5, my Magic will be right behind him.
Yep, I've got both Magic in 4-star and 5-star at the highest levels that you can get them, and I would do the exact same thing with Iceman when he comes around. And because honestly, like in War, I've thought about running double Iceman and maybe Gwenpool.
Yeah.
Or Magic.
Yeah. Doc wants to know who my guest is. That might be a bannable offense or something, right?
Oh, Doc.
See you later, Hector. Have a good night, man. Good to see you, Superman versus Green Lantern. Doc, this is your fearless leader on the line, the BManny.
Put you in timeout, brother. Doc's putting together some useful information for us, Gran. You got to make sure to fill in your champs later.
I saw that.
I think it'll be good. Just because, you know, that's the whole thing about this game, in life in general. If you can't beat them, join them. So we have to do whatever we can to work the system the way it is until any changes are made. You know what?
Yeah, and I tell you, I really appreciate stuff like that. One of the things that I've just really loved about For Loki is the organization and communication. I mean, I've always been big on that, and when you have an alliance where everybody is on the same page, you know, and everybody's doing their part and communicating and grinding for the goals, it makes life easier, I think, in the game. So anyway, just wanted to say that I like that we've got that form coming.
Absolutely,
definitely be getting my information in there.
Nah, and you're exactly right, man. I've been in some pretty good alliances. When I first got started, I had like 17,000 rating. You know, I joined one, and it was okay. But it actually, you know, I was able to grow with them, running map 3, map 2, and then it got to the point where I was outgrowing them. I wasn't quite. I hadn't outgrown everybody yet, for sure. And I have a real life buddy who said, "Man, I think you're ready for this other group," and so he got me in with them. And I was the 30th. Like, I was the lowest prestige, which we didn't even talk about prestige back then, you know, because it didn't matter. Yeah. I was the lowest PI rated. I had the least number of rank 4 champs, and I came in at a 50,000 rating. And then I actually stayed with them the longest I've been with any group. I was with them for 6 months, and of course when I left, I was highest in just about everything. And then, but they didn't grind arena, you know, and they didn't do map 6. And then I joined up with another group because at that point I was on the cusp, and that's why I ranked 4 my Winter Soldier. I wanted to get into a T4CC alliance who would push map 6 every other week. You know how the tiers worked? So I would jump in there and get the T4CC every other week, and that was great. We were, you know, totally pumped. And I was there maybe, I think, 2 or 3 months. And then, of course, the new system rolled out, and I had gotten in contact with Euthanitis because I was kind of outgrowing that group as well. But really solid players, very good organization, and but they didn't grind all events. And I was grinding all events. Like, I wasn't being told to or asked to. I just did because I wanted to play the game. That was my activity level. And that's what drew me to For Loki, was watching Brian Grant, contest champion, Joel Line, and just seeing that it looked like an enjoyable group that just loved to play the game. You know, nobody had to be told what to do. So I've been happy ever since. You know what?
Yep, exactly. CJ says he's setting that up where he is now in a very nice and supportive way. Yep. So yeah. So when did you join For Loki? You joined not too long before I did, I think.
No. Let's see.
I joined July 4th.
July 4th. Honestly, I don't know the date, although I can look it up. I messaged Euthanitis. I said, "Hey man, I'm just, you know, just touching base. I'm interested." He said, "Oh, you should have contacted me last night. I had a spot." He gave it to Legacy.
Yeah.
So I joined.
Yeah, Legacy joined like a week before I did, I think. So, or 2 weeks before I did. So yeah.
So I was a week. Yep, right around there. And you said you joined July?
July 4th.
July 4th. Okay. Then yeah, I couldn't. I was probably right.
I think I lost you.
Oh, sorry, man.
There you go. Okay.
Okay,
You're
excellent.
back.
My mute button does work. I've wanted to test that. I bumped it on accident.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been here about 3 months, and honestly, like, I mean, I don't plan on going anywhere. You know.
Sure.
Anytime soon, for sure.
I mean, it sounds like our experiences are the same. I mean, I've played going on 2 years, and there's, you know, a small group of us that have played together. in several alliances. And the first alliance, the first serious alliance I was in one alliance for like a day, but when I first started. But the first alliance I was in there for probably about a year, and really, you know, learned how to play the game, and made some good friends, and several of us moved along in a couple different alliances, and finally landed in my previous alliance, and this was where we first started getting the tier 4 CC, and we're getting it every other week, and that was wonderful. But same situation where I was grinding every event, you know, but there were no event minimums. Arena was not required, but it was very common for people who would put up 30,000 points in Perfect Series to look at, you know, 12 people have 0 points in it, and we missed 4-star shards by, you know, a very slim margin, because you've got, you know, a third of the alliance who has not participated at all. And, you know, people get frustrated. I got frustrated with it, but there's, you know, you can't really complain about it, because it's been stated, it's very clear. Yep. We don't have minimums. We don't require Arena. As long as you can make your donations, we don't require Arena. So, you know,
but you wanted it, though.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so, you know, I've never been a part of an alliance that did require minimums. I think I can handle that. So, you know I can handle the difficult content. I think I can handle the minimums. So, you know, let's give it a try. And
this is the worst. I got two stories. One, the first day I joined my previous alliance, which of course was months ago. The first day I joined, one guy had put up 100,000 points in I think it was Arena Combat, because Perfect Series, that'd be really tough. Yeah. I think it was Arena Combat, and like a doc, you know, it's like, damn, or DJ. So he had 100,000 points, and they missed the final milestone by 10,000 points.
Yeah.
And that to me was unacceptable. But it was my first day there, and I still, you know, beat more people that have been there. And then my second story on that is, and this is what would drive me nuts, is guys that would contribute to it, and then you scroll down that list and you see somebody put up 125 points. They did one arena battle to collect the rewards.
Yep. Yep,
and exactly. I don't have time for freeloading, so.
Yeah. You picked up your pace. I think you drugged your wife. Oh, he's such an encourager. What's up, Quick Shot? Well, BManny, thanks for joining me tonight.
Yeah, brother.
I'm just past 5 million in Arena, so I'm happy with that. And looks like Brian is getting started, so I'm going to step aside and let him do his thing tonight. But, man, it's been a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks for having me a part of it, brother.
And definitely have to do this again sometime. For the rest of you, thanks for hanging out in the chat and listening to us dialogue here. I've got my Alliance War video ready to roll. As soon as the live stream is over, that is going to be going live, so check that out. I will plan on live streaming tomorrow night if you're available to hang out again at that time, 11 p.m. Central Standard. Then come on out, hang out. Love to chat with you. You guys have a great night and a very good weekend. We'll catch you next time. Until then, this is Gran smoking it down. See ya.